So now we will see position property in CSS. So guys, basically the position property specifies the type of positioning method that is used for an HTML element, and there are 5 different position values that we will see with the help of examples as well. So the very first position value is the static, which is the default position value. So guys, the static positioned elements are not affected by the top, bottom, left and right properties that we are going to see with the help of examples. Apart from the static value, we have the relative value of the position property. We also have the fixed value, and then we have absolute value, and then we have the sticky value. So guys, we will check all these in detail with the help of examples. So let us move to the VS Code over here, and we will remove the previous lines of code that we had written previously in the HTML and the CSS files over here. Now guys, in the HTML file, let us create a div. So over here we will have the div tag, and let's say for this div tag we are going to give the class name as static. So guys, we will give this class name so that we can create the properties related to this particular class, and we will identify the different div tags based on these class names over here. So guys, basically we are going to write the content that this is a div tag with static position. So guys, over here this is the content of this div tag. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page on the browser. So as you can see, we have a simple statement that is, this is a div tag with static position. Now guys, we have not provided any CSS properties for now for this particular div tag. So let us do that as well. So what we will do is, over here in the CSS file, we will say div tag with the class name that is static over here, and then inside this we are going to give the border. So let's say we have the border of 2 pixels that is of the type solid, and then we have the color as black color for this border. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is a div tag with static position, which is the default position over here. Now guys, when we provide the other properties such as top or left or right or bottom, so these properties will not be implemented on this particular div tag. So let us check that as well. So let's say we want a certain spacing from the top. So basically we use the top property of the CSS in order to provide the spacing from the top, and let's say when we provide 30 pixels over here as the spacing. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, there is no change for now, since the default position, that is the static position, does not allow you to make any changes with respect to the spacing as far as these properties are concerned, that is top, left, bottom and right. So guys, this is the default behavior of all the HTML elements which have the position as static by default. Now guys, let us see another example over here. We have the relative value as well. So the element is positioned relative to its normal position. So guys, let us create another div tag over here. So in the VS Code, inside the HTML file, in this case we will create another div with the class name that is relative over here. So guys, simply you can use a dot character followed by the name of the class in order to create the div tag with this particular class name, and when we press on the enter button over here, as you can see, the div tag with the class name is created in this case, and simply we can say this is a div tag with relative position. So guys, over here this is the statement inside this div tag. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So now as you can see, we have, this is a div tag with relative position, and this is the default static position over here, since we have not provided the relative position explicitly inside the CSS file. So guys, this is the default behavior of all the HTML elements that you are going to write on this particular web page. So let us see how we can provide the relative position for this particular div. So guys, we will use the tag name that is div followed by dot, since it is a class name, and then followed by the relative class name over here, and then we are going to say position in this case, and the value that we are going to use is relative. So guys, this is the value that we will be using. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. As you can see there is no change for now. That's because we have not provided any top or left property over here. Guys, again in this case we have missed out the position property, which is by default static. So over here we will mention the position as static in this case. So it doesn't matter whether you provide this position property with the value of static or not, since the default behavior, that is the default value of this position property, will be static always until and unless you provide the other value for this position property. Now guys, since there is no change for this div tag with the relative position, let us provide certain top and left properties of the CSS. So over here, let's say we provide the top property and we provide the value as 30 pixels, and for the left property as well we provide the 30 pixels in this case. Let me just save this file now. Notice that we had also provided the top property as 30 pixels for static, but this time we are providing the top and left property for the relative position over here. First of all, let us check how the top property will work. So let me just comment out this line of code. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is the spacing that is being provided over here, which is 30 pixels right now from top, and this is the way that the relative position will work. So basically whatever its original position would be with static position property, from there onwards whatever value we provide, that is for the top or the left property or the other two, that is bottom and right properties, so those properties will be implemented over here. Let's say from the left also we want the 30 pixels of spacing for this particular div. So what we can do is simply we will uncomment this particular line of code, and also we will give the border of 2 pixels over here with the border style of solid and the color that is black in this case. And let me provide the background color as well over here. So we have provided the background color of yellow. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, from the left also we have the 30 pixels of spacing, and over here from top as well we have the 30 pixels of spacing. Now guys, one very important thing over here is this entire div is being shifted to the right in this case. So as you can see, we are getting the scroll bar, that is the horizontal scroll bar on the bottom. So it is going outside of the screen over here right now. That's because we have not provided any specific width for this particular div, and this is how the behavior of the position will work whenever we are going to use it along with the other properties such as top, left, bottom and right. So guys, this is the relative position example that we have seen so far, and it will overlap with the other div elements as well. So let us provide another element in this case in the HTML page. So let's say we have a p tag over here. So simply we are going to have the p tag with the statement that is this is a paragraph tag. So over here we have the very simple statement. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have the statement that is this is the paragraph tag which is behind this particular div tag over here. Why so? Because this particular div tag was supposed to be over here at its normal position, but it has changed the position and now it is overlapping with the paragraph tag which is at its normal position right now. So guys, this is how the relative position will work. It might overlap with the other HTML elements if you provide the spacing properties, that is top, left, bottom or right. So if we remove the top spacing over here from the relative class, so let me just comment out this line of code and let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, there is no top spacing right now, and this is the normal behavior of all the HTML elements. Now guys, apart from this, we also have something called as fixed value. So the element is positioned relative to the viewport in this case, which means it always stays in the same place even if the page is scrolled. So guys, let us check the example of this particular fixed value of the position property. So let us use this example of paragraph tag in order to implement the position of fixed value. So let me just provide the class name as fixed over here in this case. So we have provided the class name as fixed, and then in the style.css file over here we will say p tag followed by a dot, and then we have something called as fixed over here. So guys, let us say we want this particular paragraph to be fixed at the bottom left of this page. So how we can do that? So we can use the position is equal to fixed property in such cases where we want to fix the HTML elements on the web pages. So guys, over here first of all we will provide the position property and the value will be fixed in this case, and in order to make it as fixed at the bottom left, we have to use the bottom property property and it should be 0 pixels over here, which means we want no spacing as far as the bottom spacing is concerned, and from the left as well we don't want any spacing, so we provide the left property and we say 0 pixels in this case. Guys, apart from this, let us provide certain width and the background color as well for this particular paragraph tag. So let's say we provide the width of 500 pixels in this case, so simply we are going to say 500 pixels as width and the background color as aqua. So over here we are using the aqua background color, and let us provide the border as well of 2 pixels which is of the type solid, and the color will be black in this case. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is a paragraph tag is now being fixed at the bottom of the page over here with the 500 pixels width. Now guys, even if you scroll this page, this paragraph will be fixed at the bottom left. So guys, how do we check this? Let us provide certain content over here so that we can scroll this web page horizontally. So we will have another paragraph tag, that is the P tag over here, and let's generate some random text on this page. So guys, over here we will use the lorem emmet abbreviation. So as you can see, we have generated some random text over here on this particular web page. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have the enough content on this web page now in order to scroll this page. So guys, when we scroll this page, so as you can see, vertically we are scrolling the page. The other content, that is the static position and the relative position, will scroll itself and it will disappear from the page as we scroll down. But as you can see, the paragraph is still fixed over here at the bottom position in this case. So guys, in this way you can easily use the position is equal to fixed property in order to fix any particular HTML element on the web page based on your requirement. Now guys, apart from this, we also have another value, that is absolute for the position property. So in this case, the element is positioned relative to the nearest positioned ancestor. So guys, let us check this with the help of example now. So I'm going to remove this particular paragraph tag with the random text that we had generated, and we are going to create another div, but this time we are going to create the div tag inside this particular div tag which is having the position that is relative over here. So guys, we have to come inside this particular div tag and then we will say div with the class absolute. So guys, we have created the class that is absolute over here, and before providing any content, let us make some changes in the relative class as far as the CSS properties are concerned. So what we can do is, for the relative class over here, we will provide the top property as 30 pixels and the left property as well as 30 pixels over here. But guys, we are also going to provide the width. So let's say we provide the width of 400 pixels in this case. So we provide the width of 400 pixels, and also we want to provide the height of 300 pixels. So over here we have provided the width and height of 400 and 300 pixels respectively. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is the div with the relative position. Now guys, the height is too much over here, so let me just change the height to 100 pixels in this case. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. So as you can see, we have the height of 100 pixels and the width of 400 pixels right now. Now guys, inside this particular div tag, we will be creating another div which is having the absolute position. So over here we will say this is a div tag with absolute position. Now guys, this is a statement, that is this is a div tag with absolute position. Let us see how it will look like on the UI. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this statement is just below the statement of the parent div tag, that is the relative position tag. Now guys, let us say we want this particular absolute position tag to be at the bottom right of this particular parent tag over here. So what we can do is, first of all, let us provide some background color over here so that we can identify the absolute div tag over here. So we will say div followed by dot, and then we have this absolute class name. Now guys, what we will do is we will provide the background color of, let's say, blue color in this case. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So we have this blue color as the background color. Let us use some light color over here. So instead of blue color, let's say we have this aquamarine color in this case. So guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So this is looking good now. Now guys, let us say say we want to decrease the width of this particular div tag because it is taking the width of its parent tag over here, which is 400 pixels. So let us provide the width as 300 pixels over here. So we will say width is equal to 300 pixels. Now guys, what is the meaning of absolute position? So based on its parent tag, which is this particular relative position tag over here, it will change its position. So let's say if we want this particular div tag to be at the bottom right of this parent tag, simply we can say bottom is equal to 0 and right is equal to 0. So it will position itself based on its ancestor, which is the parent tag over here. So let us try that. So what we will do is simply we will say bottom position, which should be 0 over here, and the right position as well, which should be 0 in this case. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So when we reload this page, as you can see, there is no change right now. Now guys, that's because we have not provided the position property over here. So let us provide that. So we provide the position property in this case, and simply we will say absolute over here. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, now it is at the bottom right of this particular parent tag, that is the relative div tag over here. So guys, in this way, whenever you are going to use the position is equal to absolute property for any particular HTML element, then the position of that particular element will be provided based on its ancestor, which is the parent tag over here. Now guys, there is another scenario. Let's say if this particular absolute div tag is not present in any of the parent HTML tags over here, but in case it is present directly inside the body. So in this case, what will happen? So when we remove this particular div tag and let's say we provide it inside the body tag over here, so in this case the body tag is its parent tag, that is the ancestor tag over here. So in such a case, the entire body, that is the entire page, will be considered, and then accordingly the div tag will be positioned over here. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, on the bottom right of this entire page, this particular div tag with the absolute position is now getting displayed. So guys, in this way, whenever you are going to use the absolute value for the position property, so based on the ancestor or the parent tag, the HTML element will be positioned on the web page. Now guys, apart from this, we also have something called as sticky value for the position. So whenever you want the element to be positioned based on the user's scroll position, then you can use the sticky value, and you must also specify at least one of top, right, bottom or left for sticky positioning to work. So guys, let us check this with the help of example now in VS Code over here. So what we will do is we will create another paragraph tag in this case, and this time we will say class is equal to sticky over here. So we will say class is sticky, and simply we are going to say this is a paragraph tag with sticky position. So guys, basically we have this statement that is this is a paragraph tag with sticky position, and let us provide the top attribute for this sticky position over here. So after saving this file, let us come to this style.css file over here with a p tag followed by dot. We have to use the class name that is sticky, and then inside this we are going to give the position property first of all, in which case we are going to say that this is the sticky position, and let's say we provide the top property with 100 pixels of spacing, and after giving the top property, let's say we provide the background color as well. So over here we will give the background color as a deep sky blue color over here. So let us provide this particular color in this case. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have this is a paragraph tag with sticky position. Now guys, what is the meaning of sticky position? So whenever the user is going to scroll this particular web page, this particular paragraph tag will stick itself at the top of this page. So guys, let us check that as well. So we need to provide certain random text over here on the web page. So guys, we will create another paragraph tag in this case, and simply we are going to generate the random text over here. So guys, by using the lorem emmet abbreviation, we have created some random text after the paragraph, which is having the sticky class over here, and the position is also sticky for this particular paragraph. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have some random text that is generated over here, and we have the scroll bar that we can scroll in this case. Now guys, as we scroll down, bottom, you can notice that this is a paragraph tag will go up at the top of the page and then it will stick at the top of the page. So when we are scrolling down over here, as you can see, now it is sticky. So guys, since we have given the top property as 100 pixels over here, that is the reason why it is keeping that space of 100 pixels in this case. Let us provide it as 0 pixels over here. So when we provide top as 0 pixel in this case, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So now if you see, when we scroll down, it will go at the top of the page and then it will stick itself. So guys, this is the main functionality of the sticky position. So basically you use the position is equal to sticky whenever you want to fix something at the top of the page or at the bottom of the page while scrolling the web page. So guys, in this way you can use all the 5 values of the position property based on your project requirements. Now guys, apart from this, it is very important to note that the Internet Explorer does not support sticky positioning and the Safari browser requires a WebKit prefix for the sticky position over here. So this you should note while you are applying the position property in your project. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is Z-index property in CSS. So stay tuned.